the experience that we have just shared is an experience that I have been sharing for almost 50 years. And it is the experience that, for me, that is the most sacred experience I have ever had in my life, over and over and over again. You might ask yourself, why is this the most sacred experience? And I would ask you, what's the most special experience you've ever had in your life? The experience of, I'll tell you what, the most special experience I've ever had, that is the experience of true connection. An experience that reaffirms me and transcends me, uplifts me into that transcendence all at once. This experience is sacred because even if for a brief moment in time and to whatever degree all of us are capable, there is an alignment between us and among us, and an energy that begins to move, through us, sometimes from the depth of us, through us, to each other, that in its highest and finest state we call love. That energy which has made everything, moves between and among us and changes us. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe we hardly even notice. But the movement of that energy changes us. It changes us for the better because it is releasing tension and allowing our creative energy to flow. And in that flowing, it changes the world, however slightly, for the better. And that, friends and neighbors, is sacred. The reason why we do it over and over and over and over again is to cultivate, develop, strengthen our capacity to feel into ourselves beyond our tensions, beyond our self-doubt, beyond our fear, to that place, that radiant place of our own creative energy, that radiant place of love deeply within us. And we practice again and again to be able to connect to that place simply and hold that space for ourselves and begin to extend our awareness, beyond this individual body into our environment and discover how completely and fully we are connected, we are interconnected in the total environment of the earth. The earth is so toxic these days, it's really, I know it's distressing for everybody. And there's so much information, and that all previous contexts seem to be completely fractured. And I know for myself, I open my computer, I don't know who the hell to believe. Every single thing I read, seems to me to be coming from some vector which is utterly self-interested. And it seems like the more information we have, the less that information actually speaks to any kind of truth or even any fact. And what that does, I was with Rudy for 2 years, and Rudy passed away. And then I was with Muktananda for 9 years after that. And Muktananda had a very simple message that he delivered every day. He was in those 9 years completely ascendant. He went from 50 people in a program to 1,500 people in a program, which he did every night. And, a lot of it was extremely beautiful. And his message over and over and over again, which was incredibly simple and incredibly profound, is love and respect everyone. And of course, that sounds easy. And then we get into this completely toxic environment where nobody really, respect precedes love. And nobody respects anybody anymore. And we hardly even respect ourselves. But every individual person is an expression of a divine, I'm not going to get into what I mean by that, but a very transcendent creative energy that has as its fundamental quality joy, and as its fundamental capacity unimaginable possibility. Its sweetness is mind-blowing, heart-melting, body-dissolving, and its power can transform everything instantly if we are capable of connecting to it. And this energy has condensed itself inside us in the form of the chakras and the channels. It moves in us, and its primary manifestation, its primary expression, the proof of its moving in us is our breath. So we practice to find connection, and we grow connection to find self-respect and respect for others, which hopefully, in time becomes love for ourselves and love for one another and love for humanity, and especially love and respect for the earth itself, because where will we be without it? And all of that begins here, in this moment of connection. Connection which has tremendous joy and extraordinary power to change us for the better, and to change our lives for the better, and to change the lives of all the lives that we are connected in for the better. One moment of pure connectedness with my guru, the first moment I ever met him, changed my life completely. And it made this and all of this and so much more that you will never see. This moment that we've shared is the most sacred experience I have ever had. I've traveled in India for like 40 years. I've been to Tibet a dozen times. I lived in Nepal for 18 years. I studied Zen with Myumon Roshi at Ryoanji Temple. He was the head of all the Soto schools in Japan. I practiced every place, everything for the opportunity to learn. And I'm telling you, in all the whole world, the most sacred place I have ever been is right here and right now. And the degree to which you grasp the simple truth of the power that you have to connect to yourself, and then from that connection with yourself to connect to your loved ones and grow respect and communication and flow with them, and then to extend that capacity out further to your workplace and further to your neighborhoods and your communities, from your families. This will change the whole world. It's not a belief system. It's not an ideology. There's no propaganda involved. It is find your breath, and then find your heart, and then open that heart to the deepest possible place you can and hold it. The power of this simple contact, alignment, and flow is something, I've been doing for like 50 years, and I still am learning, and I'm still growing, and I'm still amazed by it. And I think if you ever honestly and truly engage it, you will be too. Namaste.